And we're back with the Screen Team. We're doing movie reviews for you right here on KWOC. Thanks for listening. As here in a few minutes, we're going to be reviewing the brand new It movie. You know, the movie about the clown and the kids, the scary one that you saw, you know, as a kid back in the, 1980s or 90s, whatever it was, man. They've made a brand new movie about that. We're going to be reviewing that here in a few minutes. But first up, we've got a movie that came out Christmas last year of 2016. The movie is called Passengers. It was a movie that stars Jennifer Lawrence, Chris Pratt, and Michael Sheen, along with Lawrence Fishburne. The film tells about two people who wake up 90 years too soon from hibernation. They're in a spaceship trying to find a new planet. Tracy, this is a movie that you wanted to review here on the Screen Team. And first off, Passengers, right off the bat, did you like it?
I did more than my husband did.
Okay.
But it sparked an interesting debate between us.
Okay.
So let me start with saying I have to correct you. They didn't both wake up right away.
Okay.
So Chris Pratt wakes up. You find out later that there was a problem and the ship is malfunctioning. And so he wakes up as a result of this problem.
Okay.
And he's entirely alone. There's a robotic bartender that you see in the previews, and that's all he has to talk to. And he lives his year trying to figure out a way to communicate with somebody and get back.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very lonely. And he accidentally stumbles on Jennifer Lawrence's pod.
Whoa, not lonely anymore.
So he reads her manifest. You know, they were interviewed. Why do you want to do this? Now, the premise was they were going to travel to this other planet, live there for 1 year, and then go back. And it was just supposed to be an experience. She's a novelist, and it was something she wanted to write about. And then you pick up your life where you left off.
Yeah.
1 year gone out of your life, and that's it. So if he wakes anybody up, that means their entire life is now on this ship because he's 90 years from hitting the target planet.
Okay, so basically it's a 90-year space trip, but because you're hibernated, you're only missing like a year of your life?
You come back in 90 years.
Okay.
But you're still, 25 or whatever years old.
Okay.
So, yes, everybody back on Earth would be dead.
Okay.
But you have had this wonderful experience to relate.
So Chris Pratt sees Jennifer Lawrence. He likes her, but she's sleeping, right?
Yes. And so he is in this internal debate. Do I wake her up so I can have company or not? And he struggles with this. And it was a huge struggle, which was the big debate between me and my husband, because he said, absolutely not. I don't care what you do. It's a death sentence. You're a murderer. And I said, living alone for over a year, he lived over a year alone.
Yeah.
You start to justify some actions.
All right, let me be real with you guys. If I'm on a spaceship, I'm by myself, and I see Jennifer Lawrence there, I'm waking her up.
So that's what he does. But he doesn't tell her that he did it. He just, oops, guess what? We both woke up by accident.
Yeah.
And they start dating, of course, and they're very happy. They're in love, and I don't know how long they went. They don't really show time, but you can kind of figure it out if you pay attention. And they went about a year or so together. And they went to the bar, and the bartender says, yes, I remember this time last year when, what's his name, was so anguished over whether or not to wake you up.
Oh, man. So the bartender.
Yes. So she doesn't speak to him, and months go by,
Yeah.
and he's doing everything he can to try to make it up to her, and she's not talking to him, which, of course, my husband said she's completely justified, and I said she's kind of being...
rude.
Yeah. Like, this is the only two people you have.
Yeah.
Well, now Lawrence Fishburne shows up, and his was an accidental wake up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But it was very convenient because he was like the captain or part of the main crew.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, he has the card to get in to all the rooms that they were denied access to before. And wouldn't you know, they just happened to need that card, and they needed an extra set of hands, and that was a little convenient.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
There's a meteor that has crashed through the hull and is just kind of bouncing around, messing everything up, and that's why everything is malfunctioning. And so Chris Pratt has to go outside and let it free.
So they got to survive this big catastrophe with the meteor, and Jennifer Lawrence hates Chris Pratt, and all this emotional tensions going on. And so Was this movie entertaining to you? Did you find it to be like? Was there a lot of tension? Was there a lot of thrill rides? Was it?
It was slow going.
Yeah.
There was the scene at the end, but it was just right at the end. The stuff they see in the commercials, that's basically the extent of the action you're going to see.
Okay. So it's kind of a slow, drawn-out type of film. But you enjoyed it, though, right?
I did, but the reason I go to movies with my husband is to debate them. So when we come up with something we disagree on, that's what I enjoy.
Yeah. So is this a movie that you'd want to see again in the future?
I would, but only after it came on sale.
Yeah. Yeah. The movie is called Passengers, and it's a movie you can find on DVD. It's got Jennifer Lawrence. It's got Chris Pratt in it, set out in space, some tension going on, some romance. I believe it's rated PG-13, right?
Makes sense.
Okay. So there's not too much cussing or...
No, not at all.
Okay, cool. All right, the movie's called Passengers. You can find it on DVD. I'm scared about our next review because it's a scary movie. The movie is called It, deals with clowns. I don't know if I can handle it. We're going to find out next right here on KWOC.